Hello, in this video we'll talk about dictionary basics. We'll see what we mean by dictionaries in Python and how can we access to them, how can we create them, how can we delete some items from dictionary, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's start first. What is the dictionary? Dictionary is another data type in Python, but this data type is mutable. That being said, if you create a dictionary, you can add and delete from the dictionary. It's not like the strings or the integers. Once you create it, you cannot change it. Okay. So also it's an object, and it's also a container that include items or elements if you want to think about it. It's a little bit different than the other containers we saw, such as lists or tuples. Dictionaries items are pairs. They are not single items. They are pairs. And each pair has two parts. They have a key and they have a value. And you separate the key and the value by using a column between them. We're going to see an example over here. Okay. Also, dictionaries and Pythons, they're also known as mapping data types because you map the key to the value, or sometimes they call them hash tables. Okay. Here is the general syntax of dictionary. So you have the name of the object that you have, or the dictionary. In this example, it says dict equal to, and then all the items of the dictionary, they will go between curly braces. Okay. And each item or each item is going to have two parts, a key and a value, and is going to be separated by a comma from the other values or from the other items. Okay. This dictionary has three pairs or three items. Each item is separated by a comma, and each item must have, this is the key and this is the value. Okay. Let's talk about a little bit more details. Here's an example over here. This is a dictionary that has only one item, and this another dictionary has two items, which these items are, as you see, this is the first one, and here is the second item. Okay. So that's basically what we talked about earlier. So the items are separated, or the keys and the values are separated by a colon, and you create a dictionary by having the items between curly brackets or braces. Okay. There's one important thing when it comes to the keys and values of a dictionary. Values have no restrictions. You can have values, you can repeat the values inside the dictionary, but the keys are a little bit different. They're a little bit more picky. First, they need to be unique. So if you have a key, if you use a key inside a dictionary, you cannot use the same key in the same dictionary again. But if you use the value in a dictionary, it's okay to use it again and again. Okay. There's another thing. The dictionary keys, they must be immutable type. So mutable type, just like the strings, numbers, or tuples. So once you create the key, you cannot change the value of the key. Okay. So these are the most important thing when it comes to the key and the value. Okay. How can we access? Well, dictionaries in Python, they are not sequence type. They are mapping type. Sequence type, such as lists or strings, I can access to each individual item in the list by using the index. But dictionaries, we cannot use index because we do not have index. But we have something that can work similar to the index that will help us to access to the values. Is the one that we have is the key. Okay. How can I use it? How can I access it with the key? We're going to access the values of a dictionary using the key as if it's the index in the list. And we're going to use it in the same way by square brackets. Okay. So take a look at this example over here. Okay, assume you have a dictionary that has these values. Okay, these values are, this is the first item, and here's the second is age and 7, sorry, age and 7. So this example, we have multiple keys over here, multiple items, okay? So I'm gonna highlight them over here. So the first item we have is this one. The second one is this one here. And the third one is over here, okay? So if I wanna access, for example, to Zara, which is the value of the key name, I can say, give me this is the dictionary name, which is dict between square brackets. And then I need to have the key. And that will go to the dictionary, which is dict, and is going to look for the key that is equal to name, and then return back to you the value, which is Zara in this example. But pay attention over here. Look at the name. Name as a key is actually a string. So when I use it inside the square brackets over here, you want to make sure that you have quotation marks as a string. If you do not do the quotation mark, it's going to give you an error. Okay. What if the key is not there? So let's say I am saying over here, print out dict, and instead of name, I said, for example, season. Season is not in the dictionary as a key. It's going to give you an error. Okay. But if it's there, it's going to return back to you the value that is associated with that key. Okay, so here's an example of dictionaries. I want you to pause the video and try to work in this example. Here is the dictionary capitals, and I said equal to, and I have the curly brackets over here, and they close it over here. Okay. And then I have the items. I'm going to try to use a different color over here so the items will be visible. This is the first item, key value. Here's the comma. This is the second item, key colon value. Third item, key colon value, and so on and so forth. Okay. In your program, you would ask the user to input a target. You're going to ask the user input a state. Whatever state the user is going to enter is going to be stored in target. And then you want to print out what is the value that is associated with this key target. Okay. Pause the video and try this one in PyCharm. If I try this example and if I type in New York, the program should return back to me Albany, which is the capital that is found in this dictionary I created. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, how can I update dictionaries? You can actually update dictionaries. It's okay to update dictionaries. But how can I do that? Well, you can update the dictionary by accessing to the key of the value you want to update and just assign to it a new value. And that's it. And the value of that item is already updated. Okay, here's an example. If I have a dictionary, the one that we saw before, if I say dict and between square brackets age equal to 8, guess what? 7 is going to be changed to 8. All right. What about if I have something that is not in the dictionary? I said dict and the key between brackets, square brackets, I said the dict is school, make it equal to DPS school. Well, school is not in the dictionary. Guess what? If it's not in the dictionary, it's going to be added then to the dictionary. Okay, and you can try this example and you can try to print them out. So when you assign a new value, if the key already exists in the dictionary, the value that is associated with that key is going to be updated. If the key does not exist in the dictionary, what's going to happen? It's going to be added as a key for a new item, and the value that you assigned it to this key is going to be added to the dictionary as the value of this key.